Can we guys do a little run it back with KD? Oh yeah, and Kyrie, because they had some bromance moments at the All-Star game. I personally think they were like leaning in to all the speculation about them because they were not secretive at all. They were videotaped talking in the hallway of the Spectrum Center. Right?
So when you gonna announce?
Right, I'll do it. Kyrie was the only player to stick around for KD's entire All-Star ceremony, right? Look at him, he's right there.
Are you kidding me?
I am not. There's the video, and finally, photo was posted of KD and Kyrie together with the caption, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving spotted in a Miami restaurant together. Eyeballs, eyeballs. Now, it's a little dark, so I don't know if that was like a KD stand-in and a Kyrie stand-in.
Further evidence, I don't believe them when they say they don't like it. The speculation. I
mean, they'll sit there and say, well, I can't talk to my friend in a hallway?
I just don't buy it.
What do you
I think they enjoy it.
Are we talking about this question?
On this show, you never know, Tracy.
That was a lot right there. Like, there were some things that I didn't know about.
You were taken aback by the trophy presentation. I
was taken back by the trophy presentation and those guys meeting in the hallway in Miami. It's in. But to answer this question, Boston, the uncertainty of the Boston players, this being a distraction the offseason, I don't think so. I think maybe it was a distraction up until trade deadline. Now that's over and gone. You know, with the whole Anthony Davis talk, I mean, we knew nothing was going to happen with Celtics because they couldn't do anything. They had to get rid of Kyrie if they wanted to make that trade. That wasn't going to happen. So I think with that over and done with, I think these guys are really just concentrating on trying to get back to the type of ball they were playing last season and better.
Here's my two player questions for you, though. You've talked about before that you got to know the guys in the locker room are with you, right? That are you with us or whatever? And that I think maybe that's where some of the outside churn and what Kyrie was talking about at the end there, that media has broken up locker rooms, the idea that if there isn't enough direct conversation, and that's why I said I think he's being pretty mature about this.
Yes.
He's like, if there isn't enough direct conversation, some guy reads on his phone, hey, KD and Kyrie were spotted having dinner. I don't even know if that was them.
It could be.
Right? And then they read that and they don't say anything, and then Kyrie doesn't say anything, and then there's that are you really with us thing going on.
Right. And that's why I appreciate him being so candid and open about it, and just basically saying, if these guys read this and I don't go to them and talk to them about this situation and what's being put out there, then yes, it could be a distraction, but getting from what he's talking about, that he is having these talks with these guys and not allow that to be a distraction to this team.
Rachel, I don't think it's about off-season uncertainty. I think it's about in-season uncertainty, and it's very clear that these guys don't have a precise understanding or a precise acceptance of their roles.
Right.
I mean, look, this is one of the best defensive teams in the league, and the question that plagues the Celtics right now is how can they be an elite offensive team? Because if they are, they're going to win a ton of games down the stretch. They're going to win 20 out of 25. And right now, that's sort of the challenge. I don't think the challenge for Brad Stevens.
No.
We have lionized this guy for the last week. We've spoken about him in terms reserved only for Greg Popovich, and this is his first real challenge.
No,
it's not just on Kyrie.
You know what the challenge is? The challenge is having Kyrie. How do you insert Kyrie into this? Because when Kyrie is out, their roles are clearly identified in how these guys play. They play like they played last year without Kyrie. It's just when Kyrie is in the lineup, okay, now what do we do? How do we play our style of basketball when Kyrie is in the lineup? If you saw the last game they played when Kyrie was out, I mean, they were phenomenal.
They were, and look, he said we have a lot of young guys in our locker room who think that they can be doing more than they're doing.
But they're doing it, though.
They're doing it when he's out.
They're doing it when he's out.
Right, which is, again, but they are a better team with him.
Of course.
That's what's complicated. That's why it's hard.
But see,
they are a better team with him, but they don't know their roles as much.
I think Kyrie has to look at it like, okay, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals without me twice. I've been a champion. So how do I insert myself? How do I insert myself with these guys so they can continue to play at the level that they're playing at? And I also am a guy that could take over games and not be someone that dribbles the ball out, taking shots out of these guys' hand where I need these dudes, right? So maybe I have to take a step back a little bit.
Well, you've seen him play with that, right?
Yeah, and I think I don't like the notion of the Celtics have to fall in line behind Kyrie. It's not an issue of submission. I mean, I think Kyrie also, to your point, needs to make certain allowances. I mean, this is a really good team without him. That is unusual, right? Like, teams tend to, this is what the Patrick Ewing effect we call it.
Right.
But he's going to have to make certain allowances for that because of that.
If you're Jayson Tatum, how do you feel for the next 4 months playing on a team where everybody and their mother thinks they're going to pick you up and trade you to New Orleans for Anthony Davis come July 1st?
I'm not worried about that right now because I have a chance to win a championship this year. So I'm not worried about what's in the past.
Can you really can players do that?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
The young Lakers couldn't, maybe almost, sort of, almost never actually, were going to get traded for Anthony Davis and they fell apart.
No. We have a good chance of getting to the finals and winning the championship this year, and that's what I'm concentrating. Whatever happens, in the offseason, I have no control. I want to control this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's because I was going to say that's more zen than I think most guys have the capability of being. But your point about, hey, I can't control what's in front of me and putting it there, that makes a lot of sense to me.